There is a difference between just using a reference and logging it. When you simply use a reference in the prompt, you are telling the model to use it as a visual style guide. It treats the image as an inspiration, but it can freely deviate from that image if it feels it needs to. When you log an ingredient instead, you are just instructing the model to maintain character or subject consistency. It depends on what you're prompting for, but it will really try to make an effort to be consistent. So to break it down, no log, it's like saying, I want something like this, use it. But with a log, it's saying, I want this. Try really hard to keep it consistent. Nonetheless, this can still be highly inconsistent. I'm going to run a few tests in a second, and honestly, I'm not really sure what I will get back. This is because the model was heavily trained on subject consistency. So if I attach an image of a subject, it will really try hard to use that reference. It doesn't matter if you're locking the reference or not. I have this subject as a reference. Notice that this man has a weird shirt, hat, sunglasses, some earrings, and a watch. And this is not by chance. And for the room or environment or setting, I have this image, which is a room in the style of Wes Anderson. So both of these images have a very specific, distinct style. Now, I will prompt for a man, but I won't say what he's wearing. I'm going to place him on a 1920s bar. And if we take a look at the image, we can really know or notice that this is not a bar and this is not 1920s. On the prompt, I'm going to say portrait of and then do at and use the man, and I'm going to just add it to the prompt so we can log it. As a 1920s jazz singer on a bar. In the style of, we do at, and I'm going to go to the actual room. And I'm going to run this task, but I will run it 4 different times on different batches. So I'm going to run 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Now I'm going to do the same thing, but instead of locking it, I will use just a reference. And to do so, we just need to drag and drop the ingredients like so, and then portrait of a man as a 1920s jazz singer on a bar in the style of Wes Anderson. So I'm not locking, I am referencing. And like before, I will run it 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so the 4 at the bottom are the locking and the 4 at the top are the non-locking. What can you notice? With locking, more often than not, it's really trying to match the exact style and the same background that was provided as a reference. Or maybe it's just using parts of the room. Keep in mind that on the prompt we are saying in the style of and not the same as. With non-locking, it's still trying to use the same style, but it has a little bit more liberty to diverge from the specific reference. This is why we might get the same location or we might be getting something completely different. If I ask you to identify all the images by locking and non-locking, you will fail to do so. So the thing is that Nano Banana is heavily trained on subject consistency. So when it sees a subject face, it tries to use it and match it, regardless of whether we are locking or non-locking. So the face will always be consistent. But what is really inconsistent is the clothing and the accessories. That's again because the model naturally focuses on the face and the body shape, not the rest. So instead of just locking, to get even more consistency, especially when locking, we need to describe what's going on. I'm going to use the same prompt than before, portrait of, we are locking on the same location in the style of the room. But now I'm going to add one more thing. The man is wearing shirt, sunglasses, hat, earrings, and a watch. And like before, I'm going to run this generation 4 different times, and I will delete the ones that we have right here so we don't confuse them. So 1, 2, 3, and then 4. And now I'm going to do the same thing, but using references only. Then I'm going to run 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Can you notice the difference between all the different generations? We can surely see that here when we lock, the model stays consistent with both the subject and some of the elements that he's wearing, mostly because we are letting the model know what it needs to wear, and we of course are locking the reference. But then at the top, when we use the non-locking, it will still attempt to be consistent, but since it has a more creative liberty, the results are kind of a 50-50. And right here, we are getting that. It's a 50-50 chance. Right here, it's getting it right from the reference. Right here is getting it, but here is just not getting it right. It's doing something completely different. And on the locking images, we have a lot more consistency. Maybe the vest, it's not right, but everything else is. So the final conclusion is that if we lock or we don't lock, sometimes you will be getting the same result. Just locking ingredients, it's not enough to get full consistency. It works great for faces and subjects, but not for the rest of the elements. If you want consistency with everything else, you need to prompt for it. Alright, so this was a short one. Hopefully you liked all of this, and if you did, leave a like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Don't be a stranger.